YouTube, my name is Agent Omega and I do things. Today I'm going to be playing Space Engineers, but before we begin, I just wanted to overview some of the ideas I have for potential series, as well as the settings for this particular game. So first off, what I'm going to be starting now is a survival, purely vanilla version of Space Engineers, just totally solo with all of the planets and stuff. So we're going to be starting on the star system map. Another potential series that I think I'm probably going to run in parallel with this one is heavily modded survival with the star system map, and then the third one is a modded map scenario that a couple of friends and I actually did online some time ago, but I missed some of the details because I was kind of slow getting off the planet, and I thought it'd be cool to just, you know, sort of go about it at my own pace and see how we do things. So first we're going to start with the survival one, as I mentioned. We're going to check out the advanced settings, because I pretty much left most of the stuff defaults. I changed the asteroid amount up to infinite high density, because I just really like high density. We've got enemies on, we've got block limits disabled, because this is going to be single player, so I don't need to worry about other players popping on. I don't need to worry about enemy ships really bogging me down, I don't think. My computer is decent, so we'll see how this performs. I may re-enable this at a future date if this seems like it's going to totally wreck my device. But we also have turned off this delete respawn ship. Theoretically, we're only going to have the one ship to start off with, so that's why I unchecked that. I want my ship to be there even after I land on the planet. Kind of a more realistic scenario, you know, instead of landing on a planet and all of a sudden, hey, my ship is gone a few hours later. And I think that's about it. There might have been something else that I toggled on or off. Pressure, airtightness, yes, I also turned that on because, I mean, it adds realism to the game, and it's also something that I actually think about when I'm building my ships. So I think about how to make airtight hangar bays and stuff like that, and I just wanted to be able to do that in this game, and especially because it's survival, we kind of need the airtightness, or else we're going to constantly be relying on oxygen tanks all the time, and that just gets really kludgy. So without further ado, let us begin. So by the magic of video editing, I've skipped the loading screen theoretically. If I haven't, then whoops. But we're going to start with the Planetary lander, because I want to get an Earth start, and I'll just sort of discuss our goals on the way down, as well as how I'm controlling the ship. So here we go. Now, thanks to more video magic, I've skipped over the weird loading right off the start. We are currently plummeting towards the planet. I'm going to go third person because this makes this next bit a little bit easier. I kind of just want to get an idea of where I am at. Now, this thing pilots like a behemoth, and we do kind of have some ideas of what we want to do to get down to the planet. I basically want to land in a region that has ice, and I think we're fairly decent where we're currently at. I'm actually not seeing any ice, so I'm probably going to time-lapse this next bit. If I've done everything correctly, you should see everything just sort of speed up, and I'm going to natter. Ooh, actually no, there's some ice right there. So never mind, we're going to do this the incredibly easy way. So the way I'm controlling this is I'm kind of tilting, because although this has thrusters in at least 5 of the directions, the big ones on the sides are the most powerful. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of tilting the ship, and I'm using the big thrusters to steer. And it's a little unwieldy. It is going to take us a while to get down to the surface of the planet, but I will still be, you know, just kind of covering what I'm doing. Now, the reason we want to go near the ice, at least I really hope that's ice. I hope there hasn't been a water update, although that would also be really incredibly cool, is that when I make a base, I want to be able to immediately start harvesting hydrogen and stuff. And hydrogen on planet as far as I'm aware, is only obtainable by ice. And so I wanted to find a relatively flat place. I want to be able to go out in a vehicle. It could be this ship. Actually, it won't be this ship. I'll probably end up making like a car or something like that, but I just wanted a base in a really flat area that I can go and mine stuff in, and hopefully will be perfectly fine in this location. It seems like we're going to be good because we've got the mountain right there. The thing about the world spawn is that it does spawn you in a random place, so even though this is the same map, if you were to select it on your world as well, you would probably spawn in a totally different place than I am. So we're just going to try and get as close as we can to this ridge-looking thing. I'd rather have the high ground and then like build a ramp down as opposed to the other way around. The other thing to note is we do have enemies enabled, so I'm probably going to end up fighting some wolves, maybe some spiders and stuff. But you can see that I'm just kind of carefully rocking the ship, and we're just letting ourselves descend. Hopefully, not too poorly. The other thing I'm keeping an eye on is the altimeter slash the level, the horizon in the lower right there, and it looks like, could be mistaken, but I think we've reached a part in the atmosphere where with dampening on, yeah, we come to a stop. So we are really safe right now. I'm just going to carefully go down to the planet, and I'm realizing that this isn't quite as flat as I would have liked, so maybe we are going to have to worry about how our vehicles are going to work, but that is okay by me. I do want to get a little bit closer to this lake, though, so I'm just going to tilt a little. And we have just about got touchdown. The question is, do I really want to be in the shadow of this mountain? Because solar is going to be my choice of energy. I am noticing that we've got that there. I think when it's high in the sky, it's not really going to matter, but I just don't like being in the shadow. So I'm going to rotate around a little bit, try to keep myself in plane with gravity, just so I don't start rocking all over the place. But I think what I might end up doing is building on that hill over there, because that kind of counteracts the altitude problem that we have. Now, the reason I didn't land the ship is because I am going to be using this as the base to start off with. And that's only because we do have to worry about the wolves and the spiders. So I don't want to, like, start trying to build a base and then all of a sudden, oh no, I've got wolves on me. Nah, I want to get this close to my final location, land it, and then, you know, hopefully we'll be good. Okay, I think I'm just trying to pick if I want to go over there or if I want to go over here. And I think this mountain to the right is looking just a little bit better because it's got a nicer incline as far as I can tell from up here. We're going to pop down there. The ship itself will be tilted relative to gravity. That's fine for now. I'll probably end up building a base that is, you know, properly oriented. I think we'll end up landing. There's sort of a clear area, like right above the ship, in this direction, and I think that'll be practically perfect. Now, the other thing you'll have noticed is that I've got the unknown signals enabled. That's going to be more as a sort of a fun thing to do once we get to space. Once I'm on the ground, I will discuss what my goals are for this particular series, and then theoretically start gathering stuff, because we are going to build a base. Mark my words. And I think the base might actually be in that little snowy bit right there, because I really like how that looks. But the first thing to do is to start decelerating a little bit faster. And you can tell I've been playing too much Minecraft because I'm trying to use Shift to go down, and in reality that would be C. Some Charlie. I think I'm going to build the base like in that snow right there, because we do have a fairly decent slope over here. We can think of it as a bit of a driveway or something. And then down at the base is clearly our ice lake. But we're also still above the shadow line, so hopefully this is going to be a decent place for us. I think we've got touchdown. Have we got touchdown? Yes, we do. All right. Okay. So the landing gears are set to auto lock. That's perfectly fine. Now we are going to go ahead and turn off. Nope, not that. I don't remember how to turn off the power. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're just going to disable the thrusters then. Okay, so that's the default priorities, but now that we're on the ground, what I want to do is I do want to start off with a base here. Then, there's some wolves out there already. So we do want to start off with a base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by salvaging the engines off of this ship, because we don't really need them, because this is just going to be like a temporary base until we get fully established. So that's going to be like that. We do already have some cargo and these reactors and stuff, so I want to turn off as much stuff as I can while still being able to see and such. Down here, oh good, we do have a med bay. That was going to be my first priority, but we're going to build a base down here. The next goal will be to get to space, and then once we're up there, we're going to build like either a sort of a space station or like maybe a mobile docking platform. And what that's going to be is it's going to look like a bunch of fish bones or something like that. Something out of Star Trek. So that's going to be like a dock, but that's also going to have our warp drives and stuff. And then I'm going to have like this massive, massive ship that I'm going to park my little personal ships in. And the first personal ship I'm going to make is probably going to be something for gathering down here, but eventually that's going to be my air-to-space vehicle. And I just want to be able to... theoretically, this big ship can either be for fighting off pirates, or maybe we're going to give it landing capabilities. I don't know how that's going to work, because I know sometimes big ships have issues with that. One thing I'm going to do is I realized I didn't turn off the large thrusters. So do that now. Okay, unfortunately, it is becoming nighttime, which means that I may have actually picked a bad location, because now we're going to be in the shadow of this mountain longer. So maybe I do want to lift off. You know what? You know what? We'll leave here, and we'll explore around, and we'll see. Worst case scenario, I could theoretically build a large tower and then put some solar panels at the top of that, and then we don't have to worry about the shadow as much. And we do still have a little bit of uranium to start off with, so that's not going to be terrible. First, I need to get used to the controls again, because I've been playing too much Minecraft. Okay, we do have a gun. What's my toolbar looking like here? We don't have the gun on the toolbar. That's a silly idea. Character tools. Yep, we do want the gun. Yeah, we'll put it here for now. And I really don't want to go out there. So I think what I'm gonna do. I think what I'll do is I'll keep working on stuff, and then we will come back in a bit. Okay, we are back, guys, and the reason I'm recording before it's daylight in-game is that a meteor storm just started up. And I don't know how long they tend to last. I'd actually forgotten that that was enabled, and also a thing, so hopefully our ship doesn't get super wrecked. I saw one come down over there, I saw one come down over there, and I haven't really seen any more since, so I think we're safe. I also had one wolf attack so far, but they haven't done too much, so I guess I'm going to give building a shot. I explored up the hill that way. I really don't think we want to make a base there. I think where we're currently at is actually really good, because, like I said, we've got that lake full of ice down at the bottom of the hill, and that's not too far away, probably a kilometer at most. I think this might also be a decent place to like launch off from. So I guess what we're going to do right now is make sure that we are aligned with gravity, because one thing I really don't want to do is start building this base and then find out that I'm not aligned with gravity. I also want to make sure that this is well rotated, so I kind of want to come out on this side of the base, or rather, this is where the vehicles are going to enter and exit, so I want to begin the framework over here. So I kind of just want to get a good facing, and I can't really tell in the darkness, so I'm just going to place this down and pray that I'm correct. And that is it. That is going to be where our base starts. It doesn't look like it's aligned with gravity, but it should be. I read somewhere that if you, oh wait, maybe it is. Hold on. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess we're good, or at least good enough, I think. Yeah, we're definitely good enough. So I read online that if you push B, that will align it in the direction you kind of want to go. So I think we're theoretically good. What I'm going to do is chuck down some of these slopes, because this is going to be where I drive my car in and out and stuff. We're also going to do some fancy stuff. Oop. Oh god, I hear another wolf, but I don't see it. Oh no, where's my gun? Where's my gun? Oh my god, okay. Oh no. Oh no, I think I might have recycled my gun. Darn it. Okay, back to shelter. Now, it looks like those unknown signals can start in space, but it looks like that one in particular is crashing to the planet. I don't think I'm going to be able to get over there in 14 minutes unless I, like, try to use my jetpack, and that would be a bad idea, because I've already died a couple of times due to jetpack mishaps. Do you have a gun? You do have a gun. Why do you have a gun, though? I thought I recycled all of it. Well, it doesn't matter. I have a gun. That is all that is important, especially with these wolves around. Now, maybe that we're permanently landed here, I should finish out this ramp, because I don't want to keep hopping down and hurt myself every freaking time. Nope. Okay, that was dumb. I'm very used to playing in creative mode, so I was thoroughly expecting that to just work. Maybe I need to convert the ship into a station first. I think I can do that now that it's connected to the ground, but that doesn't actually matter. Okay, so how are we looking over here? I need to... A, I need to complete all those. B, I need to add this bit of the ramp. I need to be able to actually drive up here. Yeah, there's that wolf again. Oh, there it is. Okay, so for whatever reason, wolves aren't attacking correctly. Oh god, there are more than one. Oh god, there are two right there. Okay, so there's one there and one over there in the distance. I'm going to try and take out this one. For whatever reason, as long as you don't, like, stand directly next to it, you're perfectly fine. Oh no, I don't have enough space. Okay, wolf, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to weld some stuff. And then I'm going to get back to you. That is definitely one thing I don't get. Wolves, for whatever reason, have, like, motor components and stuff. And that's kind of hilarious. Maybe they're robo-wolves? Now, this first base is just going to be very plain. I might worry about painting and stuff after that, but I do want to get some shape, and so that is part of the reason why I'm doing these ramps instead of just, I don't know, instead of just using like an aerial ship or something to go grab resources. The other reason is this is going to be a whole lot safer. I don't know how big I want my car to be, though. The thing I usually... or the mistake I usually make, is that I make my cars, like, really small, and so they have a very small base as well. And then that means they are prone to flipping. Yeah, so I want to make a really wide card here. A really wide car. Words. Kamimashita. Kamimamita. Okay, so if that wolf corpse is still over here, then, and it is, then we are going to loot it for the remaining motor it has, and that's going to disappear, theoretically. Gonna take out this one because I really don't like the noise. I'm so sorry. I do not condone this. Oh, there's a wolf over there. There's going to be another wolf over there. I'm just really glad that their behavior isn't working right now because I would not be able to deal with them. Oh god, there are just wolves everywhere. Again, in reality, please don't shoot wolves unless, like, you're actually in danger. And even then, like, don't get in danger in the first place. I think there's one more. Yep, there's one more over here. So that's the whole wolf pack, and I've got all of the gear from them. Don't hear any more wolves, so thankfully I think that... Whoop. Okay, we're good. So thankfully, that means that we are theoretically good on that front. Do I think I can... I think I'm... See, the other thing is I want the tires to be, like, really big, and I also want a way to interface this thing directly with the base inventory. So... there are two ways I can do this. Either I can have a connector on the floor with the inventory there, and then I can sort of lower the car onto that connector. In which case I'm going to need, like, some serious hydraulics there. Oh, why is my helmet on? We're on planet. I don't need that. I don't need that. We're on planet. This is Earth. So that's one option. The other option is I can... See, here we go again. So there's one over there. I don't see any others. It could just be obscure. Oh my god, that is way more than there were the first time around. None of them appear like they're going to hit the ship, though, so that is good. I think part of it is that meteor storms are supposed to, or at least their behavior used to be, that they would come from the direction of the sun. This is very much not the direction of the sun, but I am going to want to check out those impacts at some point, because that may have stirred up some good resources for me. I won't even know until I build an ore detector, which I hope to put one on this base, because large ore detectors have a huge range compared to their small ship counterparts. I do kind of want to put more here. Like, just in case, even if my vehicle is smaller than this, then I kind of want this hangar to be big. Just to ensure we've got all of the space we absolutely need. So, here we go. We'll just chuck these in. Yeah, I do actually still need that there, so I'm going to chuck that in, even though it's barely visible. Better safe than sorry. Because one thing is that earthbound vehicles tend to be really temperamental. So I'm probably going to end up, like, turning the friction way up. I also want to make sure that I've got all of these ramps here, because those things can just slip slide all over the place. Yeah, I know, energy low. Okay, perfect. So that should be sufficiently large. Like, even if I decide to make a large land vehicle, that should be probably big enough for that. I'm going to return to the ship so I can get more energy. Another thing I'm going to do while I'm at the ship is I'm going to make a hydrogen tank, because, oh, medical rooms restore hydrogen? What? Oh, well, that is just freaking fantastic. Okay, very cool. In that case, I have nothing to worry about. I won't even worry about the hydrogen. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on the doorway for this thing. Now, I don't think I have all the components that I need to make this thing like an actual garage. The other thing is, how big do I want to make this thing? Oh, yeah. I just want to make the doors come in from the top. So if I do anything, it's going to be too high. But is that good enough for a large vehicle? Do I even want a large mining vehicle? See, I think if I was making an actual mining car, then yes, I would want it to be large. But usually what I like doing is I will go to a place and then I will hand mine the stuff and I will put it in like an inventory. So I don't know if I'm really ever going to need anything more than a large vehicle with a bunch of storage. So the question is, do I want to do just... and also what the hitbox is for those things. So, this is such a huge debate. Well, one thing I absolutely know for sure is that I can frame this thing. Can and should frame this thing. So, it occurs to me that I'm going to need a slope on the inside of this base because clearly we've got more floor there. What I can do... Actually, that would look really nice. So, I'm going to build the base further up. This is just going to be a driveway. You can imagine it. And I think once we're maybe over that ridge... Actually, I'm going to go a little bit further back, and I'll see how far I can keep putting these flat blocks without getting into the snow. And I think that will determine whether I put a door here or, you know, just what the layout is going to be. And upon further consideration, I think I might actually have to make it further up because of reasons. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start going up. Okay, so right there is actually where I have to go up. So what I'm going to do is start building these here. So, quick progress report. I've got a little bit more of that platform done. You can't really see it until I walk back over there. But I discovered that, because we're just dealing with wolves, and speak of the devil, because we're just dealing with wolves and not... Is that another one over there? I really hope that's not another one over there. Okay. Where'd it go? Fall down the hill? Oh, I think it fell down the hill, which is a bit of a pity, because I really wanted those resources, whatever it had. Anyway, so... The reason I wanted to check in is because I realized that there are no spiders on this planet, which is... Okay, I thought I heard something again, and I could have sworn it was spider-like. So, there are no spiders so far on this planet, because, I mean, it's Earth, but Earth has spiders normally. Don't really get it. But because we don't have that threat in this game, what I'm going to start doing is dismantling the ship, so that way I can just conserve stuff. Yeah, like I don't need any of this topmost stuff. I can start salvaging like the glass. I can start salvaging the thrusters. I could probably even salvage this pilot chair because I don't think I'm gonna really need that for anything. The things that I don't want to salvage just yet are the power. This oxygen stuff. Actually, I could probably salvage the vent because we're on planet. It doesn't really matter. But things I want to leave are like the battery, the reactor. I want to leave the refinery and the assembler down below because we don't yet have those. Obviously, once I get around to it, I'm going to salvage those and I'm going to put them over in the base, but we don't have a base yet. So we're just going to keep salvaging stuff in the ship. And with that, we will skip ahead to whatever I work on next. Okay, guys, so the meteor storms are a lot more persistent, and it turns out that they only really notify you if it's in danger of immediately coming coming by you. So as you can see, we're getting some really close impacts here. None have hit the ship or the base just yet, but I think I might need to work on getting, you know, like defense turrets a lot faster than I initially thought. Yeah. But as you can see, progress is going with the dismantling of the ship pretty well. I've still only got a small platform going on over there. It turns out that, well, of the bits that I've done so far, I haven't really been focusing on items that have a lot of plating just yet. So I'm going to get rid of everything that is not a plate. I might end up putting some of this back through the assembler to get some raw resources back out of it, but right now we have got this. And kind of the idea for what I'm working on currently is this is going to be like a little bit of a driveway, sort of a almost a quasi-road type thing. I want to go up just a little bit more. Like, I think if I can make the floor of the base roughly level with this bit up here, then I won't have too much to worry about. Down here, I've got supports under all this bit here. I think what I'm going to do, just to save on resources, is I'm going to keep with this slope, but then I'm only going to put... oh, see, look over there, more meteors. But I'm going to keep with this slope, and then I'm going to put some support structures underneath it just a little bit. And I think that'll look a little bit more realistic, and it'll also save on resources, as I mentioned. And then I will show you my awesome plan for, like, an opening door. I don't know how big I want this base to be, or like what sort of framework it should have. So I am kind of coming up with a lot of this on the fly, but I've made some of this stuff before, so hopefully we'll have a decent time here. Okay guys, it looks like meteor storms do in fact come from the direction of the sun, so I wasn't terribly mistaken in that regard. Thankfully, everything is still mist. We do have the protection of the mountain over there, so it makes it a lot less likely when the sun is, you know, rising, that we're going to get hit. And same thing with the setting side, but when the sun is directly overhead, that does very much worry me, so I am going to try and blitz as much as I can towards getting mounted weaponry. Now, as you can see, the grinding and such of the ship is coming along quite nicely. We've gotten rid of basically the upper half of the dome. I'm trying not to touch any of the production or power components just yet. Unfortunately, I think I am going to have to like build an ore detector sooner rather than later, because we are running really low. Well, not really low, but we're running low on iron. Like, if I want to build this extravagant base, then I'm going to need to really, really be careful. Oh no, another one. Please, not another one. Not right now. Alright, how bad is the damage going to be? Nope. That one is probably going to miss us, but just in case, I'm going to start taking this out here. Oh yeah, that one's going to miss us. That one is going to be missing us too. Oh wow, that was really close. That is incredibly cool. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I think everything else has missed us. In fact, I think that was the only one. Over here, you can see that the ramp has gotten a little bit more, I guess. You can see kind of what I'm doing here. Maybe if I'm feeling really OCD, I might put something under this block. Not really sure yet. Probably will. But basically, you get the idea. I'm going to just continue this up for another couple of levels. I want the floor to be at least as tall as this. And maybe we don't have to go quite that big, because I'm realizing now that this is... yeah, this is a lot of space if I were to come all the way out here. But what I could do is finish the garage right about where it's at. Maybe build out a couple more blocks this way and then start the garage. Only thing with that is I'm not really sure how I'm going to wire in the inventory. It could just be that I manually load and unload stuff. That's what I've been doing so far. I don't really find that as an issue. Ooh. That was weird. Okay, so that is safe. You can see our progress so far. The wolves, thankfully, aren't being as aggressive as they usually are. In creative mode, ironically, they would have already attacked me by now. But they're just kind of... well, they're just kind of spazzing out. Attacking midair. The only reason I've been attacking them is because they drop components that I need, and that's pretty much it. The other thing is I've upgraded to this level 1 welder. I really like it because it makes things go slightly faster, and that's better on my ears because I am kind of just listening to these welding noises directly next to me. One thing that I discovered is if you double-click the welder really quick, you get it to turn on indefinitely, or at least until your next click. So that makes it easier. You don't have to hold down the mouse button. I am a little bit worried. I can't tell if that's clouds or smoke. But anyway, I think I'll probably have enough resources on the ship to finish this up. Before I head out, because this video is fairly long and I've just been kind of rambling so far. Oh no. Well, first I'm going to clean this up.
Energy low.
Actually, I want to get rid of this light first. Did I do it? I don't know if I did. That could be bad. Well, first I'm going to fill up on energy. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a giant ore detector to this thing. Hopefully I have enough resources. I might deconstruct some stuff. But I just want to chuck an ore detector on here really quick so I can see what ores are in the area. Yeah, we'll deposit all of this stuff. We'll go ahead and disassemble everything. In the meantime, we're going to look under the large blocks. We're going to see if we can make an ore detector, which I think is... that's the connector. Spotlight. Ore detector. So that's going to need... oh, yeah, we're on disassembly mode. So I think we already have all the components we're going to need for that. Maybe we're a bit short on silicon. This display should help with that. Oh, right. Yeah, I keep forgetting I'm in disassembling mode. So what's actually required is on the left. So we might need nickel. Huh. Yeah, we're definitely going to need nickel for that. That's going to suck. So maybe what I do is I start with a small ship, and then I just patrol around with that. That's kind of suboptimal. I would very much like to have one of these large ones, just so I don't have to put an ore detector on the smaller device, at least not until I'm going for larger ranges. Let me see what else has nickel in these components, because I really need that. Solar cell, ammo. I would consider disassembling some of my ammo, but heaven knows that the moment I do that, that's when the wolves are actually going to become hostile. So if I desynth these motors, I should get a little bit. It might be a little pittance compared to the actual requirements for that device. But the other thing is I have more stuff in the inventory over there. So... really want to get this thing done. Really want to get this ore detector up there. So I'm going to really quickly pop away for a bit, and then once I have the ore detector up, we'll do a wrap-up. Okay, guys, I know I said that I was just going to wrap it up with the ore detector, but a couple of seconds ago, I saw something parachute down over in this direction. And I don't know exactly where. Wait. Oh, I can hear that. Oh, is that it? That's it. What is this thing? Oh, okay, so it's got stuff. It's like a supply drop. Ooh, and it gave me an enhanced hand drill. Now that's going to be really nice for when we're mining out stuff. I really want to take stuff from the reactor. Oh, and I can. Let's see what... Okay, so that's just that. What is this? Oh, that's the parachute hatch. And that's like a... That's a button. Aw. Okay, so this is one of the rare drops. And I didn't realize that they would have parachutes. So that kind of surprised me just a little bit. I'm going to steal the uranium out of here. It's a pittance, but it's still more uranium than we had before. Now I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this because it is in fact empty, and we're going to get just some stuff. Now it is really convenient that we're getting some of this stuff, because I know like cargo containers have motors and such in them. There's also going to be a reactor in here, which I know contains some weird things like metallic grids, I think? Stuff that normally requires a lot of iron. I think we might get some large tube that might just be for the large reactor only, but that doesn't matter. So we've got that. I don't know where the other light went. Maybe it just dismantled itself. I kind of want to get rid of this before it starts drifting down the hill more than it already is. Yep, so we did get some steel tube, we got some metal grid and construction component. That's very nice. It's a good thing that I can still see my ship from here because I did take the beacon out of that. However, we should still be in fairly good standing. So I'm going to check on the amount of nickel I've got, ignoring that wolf over there. And I'm just flying around willy-nilly because we do have some ice and hydrogen going on in here. Over here... Yes, okay, so we have desynthesized all of the nickel necessary for that. We're going to chuck this over to assembling real quick, and we're going to find that ore detector. So, here we go. Okay, so that's going to be like roughly 40 something. And the rest is going to be fairly straightforward. I'm going to put the rest of this stuff away. Actually, I'm going to put the uranium in here, because that just makes sense. This is a conveyor, not a container. Where is the second container? Is this it over here? Yes, it is. Okay, well that's really good to know, actually. So I'm just going to try and migrate as much of the stuff as possible over here. I'm going to put this hand drill away, or no, I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to put that away. I'm just going to put everything away right now, just to make sure that I've got all the space that I need. And we're going to just jump up here and grab the rest of the stuff. And these large containers, or these are small containers, I think. They're just the large version of it. So when we get to the containers on the base, we're not going to need all that much, I don't think. At least not right off the bat. If I do start finding large quantities of minerals everywhere, or materials rather, then we might need to build more storage, but that is a good problem to have. So for now I'm going to chuck this hand drill in here, disassemble it, and where do I want to chuck this thing? How about on top of this refinery, because that is roughly where I'm going to need it, or that's not going away anytime soon, so I'm not accidentally going to delete it. Now we shall find the ore detector. Check it down here. Temporary ship. Oh yeah, because that's just the building thing. What direction does it want to go? I think if I just chuck this down, we're good. Oh, right, of course. And I can't actually use that until I get an antenna. Huh. So that might have been just a little bit useless. What I'm going to do then is cut this out. That one's descending up at the top of the hill. Not too worried about that. Yeah, that's going to be too far away to reach in time. That one would be a little bit better, but I'm not too concerned. So I can really chuck an antenna on top of, well, anywhere really. Nope, not the refinery. Thank you. I'm going to get this steel catwalk. Now I can just put the antenna on top of this. We're going to pop down here again. See if I can make an antenna, and if so, we'll do that. Yes, we can. Now, the reason that I can't actually see the ores is because, although this ore detector is clearly functional, we don't have an antenna. And when I get that, it's just going to show up on the HUD like everything else. Where's the sun? I don't know where this is coming from. Oh, from over there. Okay, we're still looking safe. We haven't really had any near impacts. It's always been, like, drastically off to the side. And it's a good thing we're on normal, because Armageddon, I'm sure I would have already died. And that can be an idea for, like, a 4th series at some point. I do have an idea for a game mode called Armageddon Out of Here that I'm going to show you guys at some point. That is a map type that I'm still working on in the background. Let's check on our progress here. And let's also get rid of this stuff here, just so we don't muddle up the count. Oh, that sounded really close. Okay, thankfully, no whammies. And we've probably got more armor plating than we need, really. That is complete. So we'll start making this thing, and then we'll worry about that next. Can I not do that? Can I not just chuck it on here? Because I would very much like to. Does it have to be like that? Where can I put this thing? I'd really rather not do that, but I guess if I have to, then ooh. Ooh, maybe. Can I put you... Yes, I can put you on top of the oxygen tank. And I'm not going to be getting rid of that anytime soon either, so that is perfectly fine. Yes. I think the antenna is complete enough that we should be seeing stuff if there is ore nearby. Unless I need to put that on the HUD. I might need to put it on the HUD.
Meteor storm inbound.
Still looking fairly safe. Don't think I see any meteors right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the control panel. What? Oh no. What? Oh, okay. That's a weird problem to have. The ore detector and the battery actually separated from the ship. So what I'm going to do is just dismantle the ore detector and also probably the battery. And then we'll chuck the ore detector over... Where? On top of this cargo-y thing, because I'm not going to be dismantling that anytime soon, theoretically. Still no ores. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to put it on the HUD. So we'll go over here, take a look at this ore detector. It already has an ore detector? You've got to be kidding me. This hurts. This really actively hurts. Okay, Yep.
Meteor storm
Yep.
inbound.
So where's the actual ore detector then? Oh, down below. Huh. Alright then. Oh no. Oh, please, no. Woo. Ah, that really sucks. That really bites. Okay, that one wasn't damaged too badly. Gonna get some quick repairing going on over here. I am gonna have to chuck those slopes back in, but worse things have happened, and what is that? Oh, okay, I don't need that. I need this. Okay, now unfortunately that did set us back a little bit in the way of iron. I see a couple of wolves over that direction, but they're not doing anything. Now this is really bad. If there aren't any ores here, that means I may have made a tactical error. It could be that the small ship one is better. That wouldn't make any sense. We're just going to take a look at the control panel one more time. Yeah, that's all the way up. That's also broadcasting using the antenna. So what that means is not really in range of anything here. Let's make sure that the ore detector and everything is owned by me. It is. Well, that puts us in a bit of a pinch then. Alright, folks, I have been at it for quite a while today, so I think I'm going to call it here for this episode. Hopefully next time we'll be able to start working on finding more ores and stuff. We'll have a bit more of the base done and all that whatnot, but I still think that my decision to land by that ice lake was a good one. Otherwise, we're going to have to trek out here if we wanted to do anything with hydrogen or oxygen bottles anyway. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to see more of this stuff, give me a subscription and click the bell to get notifications about it. If you have any comments about, how this is doing, if you have any critiques, suggestions for the base or other Space Engineers series, then please leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, I will catch you on the flip side.